Hey, welcome back to more Tsukihime. It feels like we're reaching towards the end here, so you know I gotta hit you with the cliffhangers. But we're gonna keep it going, man. I don't wanna linger too much. Last part was great. Leading up to this, so we're gonna see Arc. We're gonna see if we can help her stop Shikiroa, and we're just gonna go. The school building is full of cracks, as if a small typhoon was let loose inside, and they shift higher and higher. It seems the fight between Arcueid and Roa already began. Upstairs. I spit this out as I dash up the stairs. I gasp for air. I make it to the 4th floor. The cracks running through the walls continue down the hallway and to the passageway which connects the two buildings. Damn it! I somehow managed to move my wavering legs and run towards the connecting passageway. I pass through the hallway and reach its intersection with that passageway. That's the last stop. In the middle of the passageway, two figures are glaring at each other from a distance. Shiki stands at the end of the passageway, reaching to the nearby building wide open. And in the very center, Arcueid is kneeling on the floor, breathing hard. It's not looking good. As Ciel said, Arc cannot match up to Roa, and Arc and Shiki still doesn't match up to Roa. Arcueid. I start to dash towards her, but before then, Arcueid, still kneeling, looks up at me intensely. I can't move. Oh, Mr. Guys. The instant her eyes fixate on me, my body, as if it became stone, doesn't move at all. How awful binding your friend with your Mr. Guys like that. I would have been okay. It would have been okay for you to let him die with you. Shiki, no, Roa laughs amusedly. Mr. Guys, why? Why is Arcueid using this on me? Finally. Let me adjust my mic here before I screw up my posture continually. Straight back, okay. Finally, even though I finally made it here on time. Why? Why, Arcueid? Arcueid looks away from me and directs her gaze at Roa. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything to me. She only glares at the enemy in front of her as she breathes painfully. Why? Why? I can't even shout out. Not because of her mystic eyes, but I finally made it here. Cursing my ineffectiveness, my body, which I forced for so long, starts to lose its heat. Roa laughs loudly as he watches the two of us. I see. You are finally prepared, princess? Roa leisurely walks over to Arcueid. Arcueid remains kneeled, unmoving. My, you're pretty good, Shiki. It seems the princess here is going to fight me to save you. If it were the former princess, you would be terrifying, but you are now just a regular vampire. You don't even have the power of a true ancestor anymore. Jeez, it would have been better if only you fell to your desires. Oh boy. Quiet! Arcueid's voice echoes through the hallway. What is this? If it's not a hallucination, everything around Arcueid starts to... Wait. Is she using her marble phantasm? What? Roa stops walking forward. Dude. Marble Yo, you can still use that? Has to be expected from the royalty of the true ancestors. It's been in the back of my mind this whole time. As soon as I saw it said, what did it just say? Everything around Arcueid starts to waver. Yo, let's go. Roa retreats fearfully. However, you cannot win against me. Because I have something you lack. Arcueid stops breathing, as if ceasing all movement in order to gather up all her strength. You know, don't you? Right, it is the experience of death. I know what death is, but you do not. That is our difference. Well, as long as something is alive, it cannot experience death. The only one who knows is probably only an infinite reincarnator like me. The wavering of everything around Arcueid grows stronger.
Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. This does not change even for transcendent races like the true ancestors. No matter how much of the occult you study, no matter how long-lived you are, you cannot experience death. You all gain so much power by resisting death, but at the same time it is the source of your weakness. You run away from death whereas I accept it. That is the difference in nature between you, Arcueid Brunstad, and I, Michael Roa Valdamjon.
Wow.
Even now I live as a human in this age. An out-of-place ghost like yourself has no right to judge me.
Crack. The glass along the passageway starts to break.
I know about death, about that darkness, the nothingness which I have journeyed through so many times. To me, death is a little more than a common ritual. Is little more. Let's say you destroy this body right here. I'll still remain in this world.
Wait, no. Sorry, I thought she was replying. Excuse me.
Why don't you understand it's useless to fight me?
Roa spreads his arms higher. Arcueid doesn't answer.
Alright. If you still insist on challenging me, I will not stop you. Your resistance will be rewarded.
Roa lowers his arms and crouches. Everything around Arcueid seems on the verge of bursting apart. I can't speak. This isn't good. My brain screams to me. I shouldn't let this happen. I don't know why. I don't even have proof. Just someone who has seen lots of death can tell. Roa and Arcueid. Which one of them is closer to death? It's Roa.
Stop.
Well, literally to dying, Arcueid. But yes, I can't speak. I can't. Crack. The sound of the air itself ripping apart. The warping of Arcueid's surroundings propagates along the entire passageway. The entire hallway pulses. The glass windows, the walls, the hallway, the whole building. They become rolling. Excuse me, I've had a yawn just penting up for some reason. They become rolling waves as if they were a shredder with tens, hundreds, thousands, no, a countless number of blades. She's using unlimited blade works. In a single instant, Roa's body disappears. Whoa. Distorted, sliced, compressed. All that remains are his... Wait, what? What the heck? Oh my god. All that remains are his ankles. The sliding of the hallway ceases. Maybe it only lasted a moment. The passageway is like it was before. Only all that's left are Roa's ankles. Oh my god. What are those? But it didn't end there. The ankles start to move. They start to run towards Arcueid. Wait, what? As they do with each step, a leg, his hips, his other leg, his torso, his arms sprout to life. Oh. So only Shiki can kill him. Got it. Arcueid is still kneeling, not moving. Directly in front of her, Roa's neck and head come back into being. I couldn't warn her in time. The completely regenerated Roa slices through. God damn it, dude. It's so cool. She finally used, like, her power. I'm sure it was a fraction of what its true, like, destructive nature is. But it seems like even completely destroying him down to his ankles was still enough for him to regenerate. What the fuck? So you have to destroy his existence, Shiki. Basically. The completely regenerated Roa slices through his stomach, like cutting cleanly through the line with no slicing of flesh, no flowing of blood. Right! And he can see, like, the lines, like Shiki can.
That was close. I knew it was correct to choose tonight. If the moon was waning even the slightest bit, I could not have regenerated from just an ankle.
Okay, alright. Makes sense. They did mention a little bit ago. See how they'd mentioned about the full moon. So it'd be particularly difficult. So that's why. Got it.
And princess, you cannot regenerate from that wound. My claws have the same ability as that man over there.
Thud. Arcueid collapses to the floor.
This is the power I got from experiencing death.
Oh, right. Near death.
Ironically, I did not know how to use this myself, but he taught me. For someone who has seen death, perceiving its form was not difficult.
Damn. So, yeah, right, because it was, like, fully explained last time how just the idea that Shiki didn't just come to life, original Shiki. Like, his father couldn't fully kill him, and so kept him alive. We knew he was, chained up and locked up. So he had a near-death experience the same way our Shiki did. So, but he didn't know how to use it. Huh. Roa boasts as he kicks Arcueid. Her body tumbles towards me. Arcueid, I can move again. It's because the power behind her mystic eyes has vanished. It means her power is no longer working. Damn. Shaking the thought from my mind, I hold her close. A chill runs through me the instant I hold her. Her body is terribly cold. The only heat left within her is like a candle about to go out. Roa still stands before us. But I don't care about that. Right now, I just want to help Arcueid. Like, yeah, what the fuck? How do we... Aw. Arcueid. I call out to her. Her closed eyes open energetically, as if waking from a dream.
That was very lame, wasn't it?
With patchwork brightness, Arcueid puts forth a strained smile. What kind of stupid things are you saying? Why did... I like how every heartfelt moment between the two of them starts with Shiki calling her stupid or an idiot. I can't speak clearly. I wanted to say something more, something better, but my brain doesn't work. I can't be calm now. As I hold her, the lack of lingering warmth in her body tells me it's hopeless. No way, dude, come on. We have to save her. If I took off my glasses, there's no doubt I would see something even more hopeless. We have to let her feed on Shiki. More than anything else, I don't want to see that. Why? It's all I can manage to say. Exasperated at myself, I hold her tightly. There's no embrace in response. She doesn't have any strength left in her. All she does is smile happily. No, this can't be happening. Why did you do it all by yourself? We're partners. We said we'd help each other to the very end.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. I kind of forgot.
How can you forget? This makes me useless. I said I would help you. I said I would definitely help you, but I couldn't even help one bit.
No, that's not it at all, Shiki. You've helped me more than enough. That's why it's enough already.
Cough. She coughs up blood and smiles painfully.
So, I wanted to thank you. In the end, I'm glad I was able to protect you from Roa.
I gasp. Arcueid's glazed over eyes don't see anything. Not her wound or even Roa who still lives. Her time, since attacking a while ago, ended right then. Yeah. Thanks. I don't want to believe this is happening. It's not happening. It's not. No way. I can't even lie properly. The light in her eyes is fading. Her body warmth is rapidly approaching zero. I'm going to lose. Am I going to lose her like this? Arcueid.
Yes.
Drink my blood. Dude, hey. Like I said, if you do that, you'll get your power back. Not even thinking I screamed that out. She doesn't answer, but slightly she shakes her head. I thought she wouldn't like that. Why? Don't tell me you're still scared. Look, you said it before, right? You asked what if birds or fish had the same amount of intelligence. Could I eat them? I would. If it meant I would live, I would. Isn't stealing things from others to live a natural law of the world? That's what she said herself back then. So why? Why did she just shake her head with those pitiful eyes?
I don't like talking about what ifs.
A denial. But that was my line back then. But she said before she likes playing what if. I like how they both quoted each other. Because it feels like there's hope.
Really?
I like what ifs. Even if it is sugarcoating things. I feel there's always some hope. Isn't there? But I can't finish. My throat is just so tight. I can't speak properly. It's very nice of Shikiroa to let us have this moment.
That's true, but right now there's something else I want more.
With the wavering voice, I ask her what it is.
Yeah, I want you to kiss me, Shiki.
What? Such a simple thing? Is that alright? I press my lips to hers. It isn't sweet like before or gentle. Just a kiss where I press my lips against her cold lips without any warmth. After that, she smiles as if extremely happy.
I always wanted to do something like that.
Oh? You really like strange things.
Yes, but I'm still happy. Just that I felt so good. I've lived for so long, but I've never been this happy like I am now.
So,
I kind of thought to myself, maybe disappearing like this might be good.
oh my god. She's like, if I can die happy, then... No. No. After murmuring such a thing, all warmth disappears from her body. No fucking way. Stop it. Arcueid? There's no response. Even though her body is still here, even though her body is still this soft, even though I still remember the sound of her voice in my ears, never again. None of this will ever happen again. What have I been doing? I wanted to make her happy. I wanted to teach her so many things. I have to keep going. I wanted to take her to so many places. I wanted to be with her forever. But it can never happen. She's done it. No matter how you look at it, there's nothing more. Suddenly, before I could say the right thing, she went off and passed away by herself. For my entire life, I won't be able to forget this. Oh boy.
Roashiki, you might want to start running.
This death, this maddening calmness, I'll never forget it. Tap. I hear the footsteps of the man who was watching it all.
Finished, Shiki?
Yeah, it's finished. Answering, I turn towards my enemy. We face each other in the moonlit hallway. Okay, hold on. Let me just have an aside here before we go badass Shiki mode. How do we save her? How do we save her? How do we save her? Part of her power is still in Roashiki. Like, she wants to kill him to retrieve her power. It would help her retrieve some power, so maybe if we defeat him, it would return to Arc somehow. Does it work that way? That's the only thing I can think of, or if... I don't know.
Dude, Arc's not dead, dude. Arc's not dead. Arc's not dead.
Did I just get an ending? Is this like... This better not be an ending where Arc dies. Oh my god. Alright, back into character. We face each other in the moonlit hallway. Roa doesn't move from the spot where Arcueid was before. He was watching everything silently, probably because he knew he was in a dominant position.
I didn't think you were still alive.
Roa says this casually as if nothing has happened. I take off my glasses and ready my knife.
It seems those who can see death are good at escaping death. It isn't a matter of the strength or weakness of your life. However, normally people call that useless effort.
You're one to talk. You and I, we've already died once.
Exactly, Roa says as he smiles. Those returning from the dead can understand death. You and I are special cases of that kind. I've experienced death 17 times before I got to this, but you've only done it once. Honestly, it must be the difference in our latent ability. I am really curious what kind of ability it would have been if I had reincarnated in your body.
Dude, if Roa naturally had, imagine, dude, if Roa Ciel had chosen Shiki for some reason, which she wouldn't have, because the Tonos were the most eligible, I guess, in this area. But if Roa Shiki had mystic eyes of death perception, oh my god. Like the true eyes to see not only the lines but the points of death, because it seems like he can't identify the points of death. Otherwise our Shiki would have been obliterated. And he still doesn't understand it. Like he knows by tracing the lines he can cut and he can kill, but yeah. It's cool that he's saying that. A bothersome, overly composed voice. Just hearing it makes my head hurt. Is this Arshiki? I have 2 things to ask you and 1 thing to tell you. I managed to say this while my head fills with pain.
Oh? Alright, go ahead.
Probably because he's so absolutely confident in his dominating position, Roa responds amusedly. Yeah, it feels like the whole thing before with him just watching Shiki and Arc was amusement for him, knowing Arc's just dying in his arms and... Oh, fuck you, Roa Shiki. But we know what happens to Type Moon characters who are so absolutely confident. It's even already happened in this route. The first question is the most important. Why did you kill Arcueid?
Why? She was trying to kill me, so wasn't it natural to kill her back? Well, the one I desired wasn't this weak princess who came here. My current self could have taken apart the princess while she lived. But there's no point in taking in a true ancestor no different from a regular vampire. So I figured there was no value in taking her in and decided to settle it.
Taking her in, huh?
Even I'm disappointed with the way things have turned out. Cuckoo.
Twisting his lips, the enemy laughs. My head hurts. Hurry, I have to kill him as fast as possible. I can't stand him existing a single second longer. Well, you can fix that.
Well, what do you plan on doing now? Don't tell me you think you can fight me in your condition. Resisting is useless, Shiki.
I know that more than anyone else. Dizziness causes me to collapse to my knees. But still, even if I don't have any power left to even stand, I gaze at him.
Enough, enough. Even if you see my death, if you can't touch me, it's meaningless. You know, Shiki, I'm rating your ability rather highly. Yes, it seems Shiki's personality is fading away.
Oh.
Since he has avenged you, I'm more Roa than Shiki now.
Really?
Well, it doesn't really matter.
That's interesting. There you go. Roa takes another step forward.
Isn't this power wonderful, Shiki? You should be happy. We're probably the only ones who possess the mystic eyes of death perception in the entire world. It would be a shame to lose such a rare ability, and more than anything else, we're the same entity. We can understand each other more than anyone else. There's no other partner who would assure me as you. Oh, fuck you.
No. You're trying to tell me to be your partner?
No, not asking, I'm letting. I don't care about what you want. That would only get in the way. You can relax. After I drink your blood and plunder even your soul, I'll make you into an existence where you won't hesitate to use your power.
The gritting of my teeth.
I see.
Oh, I see. Then the next question. What you see, are they lines or points? That's what I was thinking, dude. Like, judging from... Because Shiki thought before at the school that Shiki had hit his points, because he would if he could, but he didn't. So it's like, I guess he can't see the points. But we're about to get confirmation. No, I'll make it simpler. You can only see it on living things, right? You can't possibly see it on anything else.
Huh? Of course, non-living things don't have any life. Only living things have this place indicating the source of life.
Well, to you, I thought so. I understand completely, vampire. I grip my knife. The headache completely governs the inside of my brain, and all I can see is one thing.
You're not being clear, and those aren't really fitting final words, but enough talk. There's also the hiding woman from the church I have to deal with. You're lucky, Shiki. Once I make you my subordinate, your first opponent will be that woman you trust.
Roa approaches. My wavering vision isn't fixated on his figure. What you and I see are totally different, Shiki. In the back of my head, a switch turns on. Oh boy, we know what happens when the switch turns on. All you're seeing is life. You don't understand death at all. That's why you can't kill me, and you're only able to kill a weakened woman. My brain reaches a white heat.
What?
If you could see death, you couldn't maintain your sanity. All you can perceive is the part which keeps things alive. If you could see death, you couldn't even manage to stand. Shiki knows that all too well. Because yeah, if you could truly see, like, the extent that our Shiki sees death, that is maddening. To give an example, it is the world on the moon. Everything is like a desolate wasteland. The seam of death on everything I see. Events of the world which disappear when I touch them. Yo, that's... Oh man. And a lot of cool lines.
What are you?
Being able to see the death of things means you are forced to see the world's uncertainty and fragility. The ground is like it's not there, and the sky seems about to fall at any moment.
What are you talking about?
Roa's voice falters. Of course. Because he can't even understand the slightest bit of what I'm saying. In other words, his eyes and mine may be similar, but they're completely different things. I like that. I like that a lot.
Stop it.
Those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes. Oh shit.
Stop it, those eyes. Don't look at me with those eyes.
Fear mixes into Roa's voice. He even said it himself. Humans are instinctually afraid of the unknown. You don't know of the illusion that the whole world could perish in an instant. That is what it means to see death. These eyes, this power isn't something you can boast about like you did. Yeah, back then I was even scared of walking. Even I would, if I hadn't met that person, I would have long since been insane. That's your mistake, vampire. Life and death may be back to back, but they will never face each other.
I'm telling you, don't look at me with those eyes.
The sound of running footsteps. But I'm many times faster. Shiki's so cool. I'll show you. This is what it means to kill something. Why is Shiki so cool right now? He's like, he completely just breaks down why their eyes are different. And he's like, allow me to demonstrate. Saying that, I thrust through the hallway's point on the floor. Oh my god, dude, this just reminds me of CL Route, where Shiki, like, kills nature in the area. Like, the earth beneath him. Oh my gosh. It's real, like, Shiki specifically. Like, he's a monster. In the best way. Instantaneously, the lines racing through the passageway undulate. Wah! Even the sound of Roa's screaming voice is buried amidst the crashing rubble. The passageway is literally killed. The blocks which lost their meaning break apart and crumble away. For Roa, it must have been a total surprise attack. Yoshiki could destroy the world, man. Pulled down by the destruction of the hallway and the collapsing rubble, Roa falls to the earth. In front of my very eyes, the passageway crumbles away. Damn yawns. Enduring the pain in my head and the burning in my body, I head to the stairs. I head past Arcueid's corpse and hurry to the courtyard. I was wondering what happened to her corpse while that rubble was falling. I was like, I hope nothing falls on her. Under the moonlight, the courtyard under the passageway has become a sea of rubble. In its center, something moves. He really is sly when dealing with death. I pull my almost collapsing body towards it. He's really something. The lower half of Roa's body is almost completely gone. Oh my god. Yet coming out from underneath the rubble, the upper half of his body still moves, ignoring that fact. This amount of life may almost be something worthy of respect. What was that? Quivering, Roa wonders aloud. Walking on top of the rubble, I move directly in front of him. Shiki. Roa lifts his head to look at me. Dude, his eyes seem to practically ooze with hatred. You monster. I love this visual novel. His voice equally full of indignant hatred. Who is? Replying, I stand in front of him. Roa's death is just a little right of his heart. I lightly thrust my knife forward. Lightly. A sensation like piercing paper. That feeling is indeed death. Ah, Roa gives a small scream. He's someone who has experienced death. He should know this feeling really well. You're not scared, are you? It's a path you're quite familiar with. If there's a difference, it's only one thing. This time, you can't come back. Shiki gets cooler and cooler. Oh my god. What a line. Fuck you, Roa. That is so cool. That's so cool. I pull out my knife and turn away from Roa. Roa isn't dead yet. Like Arcueid, someone as long-lived as him will linger just a little longer. I breathe weakly. My mind wavers. If my body is at its limits, then my head is past its limits. Arcueid even said back then, I shouldn't force myself to look at the death of non-living things. Excuse me. If I did it too much, the blood vessels in my brain will burn away. I don't care about that. It would have been alright. Even if I turned myself into a vegetable, it would have been worth it to stop Roa sooner. That way, you wouldn't had to have. I collapse. Every time this song plays, I'm like, oh no, what now? I fall on the ground. My ankles are in pain. I turn around and see the upper half of Roa's body which crawled this far. You. With bloodshot eyes, he makes his way onto my collapsed body. Fading, disappearing, I am this up. His bloody arms wrap around my neck. Oh my god, he's like, I'm gonna take you with me. Why, I disappear? How did you kill me? Me. Opening his saw-like mouth, he moves to bite my neck. I won't disappear, you and I are connected, you see. You transfer. My existence links cannot be cut. His teeth dig into. Oh no. Oh no. This goddamn life force connection. He vanishes. Roa's body falls apart in a single instant. Wait. Ciel!
Yes, with this it means I'm the one who killed him.
Senpai says this, sword in hand and breathing happily. Damn kill stealer. Eh? I don't quite understand.
I'm saying I'm the one who killed Roa. No matter who your opponent is, you should not kill humans. You are not someone who should come to my world. So I'm the one who killed him.
Ah, I see. Senpai says this haughtily as she places her hands on her hips. Senpai, that's just sugarcoating it.
Maybe it is. But it is a kind lie, so isn't it okay? Even if it is hypocrisy, doesn't it allow room for hope somehow?
Those words are similar. When I told her not to talk about what ifs, she answered with something like that. Yeah, that's right. Somehow, somewhere, if there's hope, then how happy can that be? But that isn't really important, is it?
Are you okay, Tono-kun? Were you bitten?
Senpai rushes quickly to care for me.
Because if you are, I'm going to kill you now.
My consciousness fades away. I don't want to move anymore and my brain wants to rest.
Kun, Shiki, hey!
Farther and farther away. Eyes still open with the glass-like moon overhead, my consciousness completely ceases. As it happens, I think to myself how it seems just like a television being switched off. Oh. What?
Ark's dead! No, I had like hope of something. I don't know, something that we could have done or that would have happened when Roa died, or I mean, Ciel wouldn't help her even if she could, but no, she died right there in Shiki's arms. Like she died. But fuck.
I do not feel good. I just have to keep going.
Because now I'm thinking, what choice did I make that led to this? What choice did I make? Shiki-sama, it is morning. Please wake up.
I hear a familiar voice.
Shiki-sama, please wake up. If you are late like yesterday, you will break your promise with Akiya-sama.
The voice partly tense, partly relaxed.
Shiki-sama, is it okay? Akiya-sama will end up scolding you again.
No, it's not okay at all. I'm up, so hold on. Still under the sheets, I respond as I slowly open my eyes. Excuse me. Gosh. I have some powerful yawns.
Good morning, Shiki-sama.
Ah, morning. I give a sleepy greeting in response and put on my glasses. It's past 7 in the morning. Isui came at her usual time and managed to wake me.
I will prepare your breakfast. After changing, please head towards the dining room.
Full disclosure, it's very late here, so that's why I'm like, I usually record these pretty late. Isui disappears from the room after a bow. That immediately just triggered me to yawn again. Oh my gosh, I give a big yawn. After a nice stretch, I get up from bed. I change into my school uniform and cast a glance at my desk. On top is the knife I will not ever use again. The curtains sway in the wind. Hisui must have opened the window. The sky is refreshingly clear. It's just a little cold though. I approach the window to close it. As it turned out, I ended up waking in my own room. It seems Senpai carried me here, right? Fortunately, Akiya and the others didn't know I left. It's been 1 week since that night. 1 week! Excuse me. Tonoshiki's life hasn't changed a bit from what it was before. Our relationship with Akiya is a bit uneasy at times, but of course we're brother and sister. Except for that passageway being repaired, the school has not changed at all. No, it did change. At school, there's no senpai called Seo anywhere, nor does anyone remember her. The instances of serial murders haven't occurred once since then. Since there's been no official arrest, the city streets are still relatively empty at night, but it'll probably return to normal in a month. As for me, I carry an unfillable void in my heart. But I continue on, as I did before. Or rather, I can bear it all. At times I get overwhelmed when I am assailed by memories, but I don't think I'll go insane or anything for now. Someday, will I go crazy after not being able to bear these memories, or will I just return to living normally after getting used to them? Perhaps it's about a 50-50 chance. But until then, even if it is a little girlish, I keep the final promise I made with her every day. Autumn is drawing to a close, isn't it? The blue sky outside is enough to take my breath away. Taking a large, deep breath, I shut the window. Classes end and the classroom empties, but I won't leave until the sun sets completely. The red classroom. The burning sunset spreads outside the window. Someone's missing here. The sun flushes red as it sinks deep in the sky. I'll always be waiting here. I'll remember my unforgettable promise. I'll continue waiting here forever. There's still one promise I haven't been able to fulfill. When this is all over, and we're done defeating this vampire, before we part, can't we do something like this just once more? Back then, she tilted her head to the side in confusion. So, I really was wondering what would happen if we were to meet again without any responsibilities, if we just met for no particular reason. When I said those words, I was only thinking about her. If you're too busy, then it's okay. I only thought of it just now anyway. Just not as two people cooperating, but as two friends who got along, not doing anything in particular. If we could create some normal memories like that, I knew she would be happy. Okay, when everything's over, let's come here again, Shiki. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be a really, really fun. I feel empty. After her eyes widened in surprise, she nodded. In the classroom bathed by the sunset, Arcueid smiled and made that promise with me. I legit feel like someone's died. Someone has, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I just have a hole. I remember that promise. I remember that smile. I do too. I remember everything. I can't forget. I won't forget. I'll always remember the promise we made in the room ablaze with the sunset to meet here again. The sun sinks further. These hours until the vermilion fades completely. The quiet time until the crimson sky disappears. This eternal, fleeting instant of a world standing still. Maybe I am already crazy. Even though I'm waiting for someone who will never come, my heart is horribly calm. No way. Clatter. The sound of something touching a desk. I look. A window. No. No way. No fucking way. A window is open. I realize that, painted in red sunlight, she is standing by the window. Why would you trick me like that, Nasu? She doesn't move at all, but she's there. He's right in front of me. She's not an illusion. But I feel like there is a distance which can never be spanned between us. I can't speak, but I feel so terribly calm now. Jeez. I really was planning on disappearing, Shiki, but you just wait forever. I couldn't just leave you alone like that, so I came here. She smiles bashfully. Well, you know, I did say I was never going to break a promise with you again. That's true. Thanks for keeping that promise. But I'm sorry. Seems this time that I'm the one... Oh, but I'm sorry. It seems this time that I'm the one who won't be able to keep it. Why? Surprised myself. I ask her this in a truly gentle voice without any anger at all. Yeah, I never did tell you my reason for pursuing Roa. Actually, a long time ago, I once drank human blood. At that time, the human stole some of my powers and became an incredibly strong Get Apostle. Okay, so it is what I thought would happen. Okay. In the end, he ended up killing all the other true ancestors except for me. Then that means... You mean Roa? Yes. Until that time, I never knew about the vampiric impulse. The other true ancestors also believed I did not have it. But it was too late. Until then, I didn't even know I was a vampire. Crazy. So, I didn't even know it was something I shouldn't do. I see. Never having been taught anything extra, she wasn't even taught she was the same as those she killed. Why was that considered extra? Because of just one mistake, I destroyed everyone. So I won't drink human blood again. But a true ancestor that has drank blood once cannot remain sane without doing it again. I can only be here because you completely killed Roa. Even though I annihilated him so many times, it was only his flesh and not his soul. But you killed his existence completely, Shiki. So, the power he stole returned to me and I somehow managed to revive. There you go. I'm so glad that that is what happened. Oh, you got me though, Nasu. You got me. I was like, wait, I guess not. I guess this is the ending. This is our... It reminds me of another ending from the other game. I won't spoil, because that's new stuff, technically, if we're going by the movies, but, man. Shit. I'm so relieved. That doesn't... But that's all I can do. I can no longer resist the vampiric impulse inside of me. So, that doesn't matter. Shiki, I can't see you again. Sorry for breaking our promise. That doesn't matter to me. I just want you to be by my side, that's all. You can keep your promise. Shiki, drink my blood. If you do, you can keep your promise. Time passes by. Neither of us says anything. And after a truly maddening silence, I see, but I can't. I don't need your blood, Shiki. Why? Is my blood not good? Do you have a reason for not drinking it? She nods. I like you, so I won't. She smiles like a flower blooming triumphantly. It is the best smile I've ever seen. I suck in a large amount of air and just try to suppress this feeling. Takeuchi, you genius! I want to stop her. 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 Even I have to kill her. Even if I have to kill her, I want to stop her. Whoa! Yikes! I mean, I get it. You can't picture life without her at this point. I mean, I don't get even if I have to kill her. That's a little much, Shiki. But yeah, it's literally that intense for him right now. Like and I want him to. I want him to be able to say something that's going to get her to stay or do something. Let's see. But her smile is just too gorgeous. I can't selfishly bring myself to ruin it. Goodbye. I really am grateful for everything, Shiki. My throat trembles and no sound comes out. But still, I have to say goodbye. I'm a liar. Why? You kept... Oh. Why? You kept your promise, Shiki. Just a worthless liar. I said I would make you happy. Yes, I vowed to. You have.
No, not at all. I will sleep from now on, but I will always be dreaming of you. Oh. I enjoyed our time together so much, I will always be dreaming about it. It won't have any meaning, but I'm sure it will be really, really fun. So Shiki, I really am happy. You really did make me happy.
Damn. My throat is filled up. I don't want such a...
You really are kind, Shiki. Yeah, I knew coming here to say goodbye was a good thing. I love you, Shiki. Your honesty, how you are always spaced out, how I'm the only one you yell at, how you always look forward to the future. I love all of you. So please, keep living like that, okay?
For just an instant, she smiles sadly. She waves her hand, and as if fading into the sunset itself, she disappears before my very eyes. Stop taking me on this roller coaster, dude. I can't. I just... That's so bittersweet. I gripped my teeth, trying to hold it in. She was smiling until the very end, so at least I didn't want to cry. The classroom is empty. I see. You really did keep your promise. In this classroom. A promise to meet again in the classroom as the sun set. She definitely kept it. There are some things I lost, but it is now over. The curtain is falling cleanly over the time I knew her, the time I ran through with her. Come to think of it, a farewell is always there. In our case, our farewell was only early. Thinking of it that way, this was a really satisfying farewell. She was still alive and she told me she's still happy. No, not like this. This isn't what I wanted. Right. More. I wanted to be with her more. I wanted to talk with her more. I wanted to feel the warmth of her body more. More. I wanted to see her smile. But you and me both, buddy. I don't. Always. Not like this, but always. I wanted to make her happy. But she, smiling to the end, she left me behind, telling me to live. That stupid idiot. That was her final wish. With a smile, she told me no matter how hard it is, even if I have to deceive myself right now, until I can finally see it all as simply a memory, to keep looking forward to the future and live. There's no way I could do that. I don't have the slightest confidence to live like that. Still, so that she can see a happy dream, I have to at least grant her wish. Oh my gosh. I realized the sun has long since sank. The crimson sky is painted over in a dark blue. The dark night sky. The spiral wisps of clouds and a bright white moon. They are all that's left. But an extremely beautiful memory. I exhale slowly as if praying. I may no longer be here, but I have to say what I forgot to say earlier. Goodbye. I had a lot of fun too. Those extremely late words of farewell echo through the classroom. Only the glass-like moon hangs in the night sky. The distant blue moon looking as if it would shatter if touched. For a long time, until dawn, I keep looking up at it. so bittersweet. So bittersweet. I have such... I'm happy. Okay, here's what I'm happy. I'm happy she kept her promise. I'm happy she survived, you know, the power in annihilating Roa. That returning to her so she could live. I'm glad she's alive. I'm glad that she was able to spend more quote-unquote pointless time with Shiki here at the end. But much like Shiki, I wish it was more. I wish he could continue to make her happy. In a way he is, because, you know, she's going back to sleep, you know, which she does. And she says she'll always be dreaming of Shiki, of the time they spent together. That she loves him. She loves everything about him. His honesty, the way he zones out, the way he scolds only her, just all these aspects, like just love, man. Like Arc, someone who's been alone hundreds and hundreds of years, for the first time feeling happiness and love and all the good and the painful bits of that. But as what was said before, life is, you know, about the, you know, the quote unquote pointless things. It is about those memories that even if things change, we can't see someone anymore for whatever reason, we still have that, and we still have that happiness to hold on to, and then you just keep going. So that, in that sense, it's like, fine, but I'm just, oh, I have to see what this other ending is. I have to see. Okay, oh, there you go. Thanks for playing. I was at the end anyway. I wanted to use the credits as space for me to talk. Yes, I will.
You have reached Arcueid's true ending. That's the true end. Well done. Each heroine, with one exception, has two different kinds of endings, a true ending and a good ending. After reaching one of the endings, please go back a little and re-advance through the story. A different event should await you. Well then, thank you very much for playing up to this point. Let's meet again somewhere in Tsukihime.
I think it's literally the same CL lesson after I got true end in CL route. I think that's the exact same thing. Okay, that's fine. Well, there you go. And it's just straight up called Tsukihime, so Moon Princess. There you go. Alright. Well. Oh, man. I hope... So if the good ending is Arc gets to stick around, if that's what the good ending is, it's almost as if, like, if it ends up like that, this is a big what if. So, you know, what ifs are hope, right? But it's a big what if. If that's the case, it's almost like the true end and good end were flipped in a way, because you traditionally would think like the true end would be like, oh, everything worked out the best possible way and she's happy and she gets to stick around. If that's what it is, I don't know. I feel like wherever the good end ends up, I don't know. Let me not make assumptions. I'm just... Oh, I really want an ending where Arc sticks around. But maybe the true end is the true end, because that is as good as it gets for someone like Arc and someone like Shiki, whose lives were changed from encountering each other and will never forget each other. You know, truly being in love. It's so sweet, but I just, ooh, part of me just can't help but feel a little. But I guess that's just life, right? It works that way sometimes. And in that sense, that is kind of the best possible outcome. But anyway, I'm gonna go for the good end now, so let's go. Yeah, I picked 3 before, and that's what led to everything. I thought 3 maybe was going to lead to a bad end, but it ended up leading to the true ending, so. But yes, let's look for Arcueid. Okay, big cut here. I thought I screwed up getting the good end because I got all the way to the epilogue here. I've been reading in my head this whole time, just skipping, trying to see if there was a different scene I could jump in on, but it's all been the same, so I'm like, am I just getting true end again? So yeah, even the epilogue started the same, and I was like, oh, I maybe screwed up, but I kept going because I was like, okay, I know it should have been something different unless I just screwed up. But so yeah, it's led me to right here. So before I make this choice, let me get into like some of the things that kind of just came up while I was rereading everything up until this point, which isn't a lot actually from that choice that I made up until now, because as you confront Shiki in the hallway and where he stabs Shiki in the chest, one thing that I did recall after just doing that now was that he did say that he narrowly missed Shiki's point of death just so he could like listen to Shiki talk more. So it was kind of like an arrogant thing he did, but that does imply that he did see his point of death and that he did purposely miss it. So I was like, okay. But then when Shiki is later laid up in his bed, he looks down at himself and he doesn't see his own point of death, and he's like, wait, and he's confused. He's like, wait, does that mean Roa hit it? Because if he did, I shouldn't exist. Like, even Nero Chaos was obliterated. So Shiki's wondering, is like, does that mean our eyes are different? And, you know, Shiki goes into his monologue later, his very badass monologue against Shiki later, about how their eyes are different in the sense that, like, how Shiki's eyes can only see the lines on living things and what that means, and how our Shiki can truly see the full extent of death, seeing it on objects, on the world itself. Like, it's that's that distinction there. But it almost feels like there's a missing piece of that isn't, I can't quite fit yet. Maybe that'll be a thing for Far Side routes where that's talked about a little bit more. I have been given a couple hints that, you know, certain things are going to be expanded upon, so I won't linger too much on that. Just something I took note of. Yeah, but it was just as awful once again to see Arcueid die, but to see her like just true happiness in dying. Like, she didn't think she would have gotten to come back to life again. Like, that was miraculous in itself that Shiki won against Roa 1, and then 2, that obliterating him returned Arcueid's power to her. So here we are now at this choice. I have saved already. So keeping the promise means going to the classroom, right? Because that's to spend time together and, you know, one last time together, some pointless time together, right? To meet back there. And I actually noticed beforehand, I was like, wait a second, is this, because this kind of dialogue where he's talking about where he can bear it all, or talking about will he go crazy one day about the memories or just return to living normally. But he's saying he will keep the final promise he made. And then he shuts the window to his own room. So that's kind of like preemptive. And it's giving me the choice here. So I guess I will never forget Arcueid. I guess this means we won't go to the classroom. I start walking from the mansion atop the hill towards school. Like any other day, the morning is wrapped in tranquility. Autumn is almost over and winter is close by. Perhaps when this vague season in between the heat of summer and the chill of winter changes, maybe this transparent feeling will also change. Yeah, this definitely feels like I really hit the different point here. So okay, I think we're good. This is gonna be really fucking... Ooh boy, I see more figures of students in uniforms the closer I get to school. Today is Saturday, so most of them are smiling as they walk along the road. Once I pass this intersection, I'll reach the front gate. It will soon be a month since I came back to the Tono mansion. I've already become well used to this route by now. The traffic light turns red and I stand in front of the crosswalk. So in the true end, Chiki mentioned it had been a week, right? And now it's saying here it's been a month. Or maybe it's the same by this point. Turns red and I stand in front of the crosswalk. Every time I stop here, I remember that one time. At this intersection, Arcueid was waiting for Tonoshiki back then as she sat on the guardrail, just like she is doing now. This is unexpected. I say without even thinking. Between the cars rushing by, a scene unfolds just like before. Oh my god, this CG again. The CG that at first terrified me. What? She's there. No, this is legit surprising. Dressed in white with golden hair down to her shoulders. Long, slender eyebrows over crimson eyes. Her figure I could never mistake for anyone else no matter what. This figure that has already vanished long ago. The light turns green. The students around me start moving. In the midst of it, I am the only one who stands still, and she is the only one who notices I am here. She has her typical smile as she crosses the intersection. I can't speak. I'm so overwhelmed with emotion I don't even know what to do. Even if this is just some sort of bad illusion, I'm so happy just to see her again I could cry.
Hello. Are you heading to school, student-san?
I can't believe it. The illusion even has her voice down perfectly.
Shiki? Hey, why are you so quiet? Don't tell me you forgot about me.
Those red eyes looking up at me. There's no way I could forget. But at the same time, there's no way she can be here alive. Yeah, first of all, he's like, how are you alive? I can't speak. She wrinkles her eyebrows together and glares at me like an angry cat.
Jeez, what gives? I put up with not going to see you and was waiting here so long. Don't tell me you're angry, Shiki.
I just can't believe it. This isn't an illusion in front of me. It really is...
Arcueid? Yes, it's me. Thank goodness. I thought you became a vegetable after fighting Roa. I really was worried, you know.
Wait a minute. I'm so confused. What do I say? What should I be happy about? Is there something I need to do? I really am just so overwhelmed I don't know.
Shiki? Hey, you're acting funny. Your mouth is wide open and so are your eyes. Well, it's kind of interesting for me, so I'll keep watching.
Arcueid.
That's what I mean. Jeez, you keep just saying my name.
We finally managed to meet again, so can't you find anything more fitting to say? Yeah, there's no mistake. There's only one person who could say such ridiculous things. Why?
Huh? I can't hear you, please say it a little louder.
She tells me, come on, and she points her ear closer to me. Why are you still alive? I scream and voice my feelings as loud as I can.
Ow, not so loud, Shiki.
You don't say not so loud. Why are you alive?
I thought you were gone, that I would never see you, that I would always regret it.
But why? As cheerfully as if we only said goodbye yesterday. How could she greet me so simply?
Oh, I see. I never did tell you, Shiki.
Arcueid drops a fist to her other hand in realization.
Yeah, I never did tell you my reason for pursuing Roa. He stole some of my power. In order to take it back, I pursued him, but you completely destroyed him, right? And the power that was freed from Roa returned to me and managed to come back to life.
You never told me about that.
No, I didn't. It didn't really concern you.
Why did...
Anyway, I revived, but I could barely resist the vampiric impulse inside of me. I probably would have done something terrible if I went to see you, so I slept until I regained my power.
Oh, she's been sleeping. Because of that, I was able to return to normal, but it took 7 days to suppress my impulse. And there's the 7 days, I see. Then you're really okay now, Arcueid? Wait. So I like the implication here. That even in true end, if Arcueid goes off to sleep, that when she wakes up, she'll come back to Shiki. Because I'm okay with that. Of course. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. She flashes me a full smile. Arcueid takes my hand. You know, Shiki, while I was asleep, I was really looking forward to meeting again like this. Because once I did, we could go around and do so many things. I was thinking it would be so nice to get better even just a little quicker. Arcueid looks at me with a pure, unadulterated smile. I'm speechless. Not in a bad way, I'm just so happy. Being able to see her smile again, all the things we can do from now on. Oh, I told Senpai that my wish was never to leave Arcueid alone again. Not one of them was lost. So many things I want to say and tell her right now. But right now, I'll just speak honestly from the heart. Welcome back. I've been waiting for a long time. I squeeze her hand in return and briefly tell her just that. She looks a little bewildered at first. Yeah, saying that, she looks away in embarrassment. Arcueid? I call out to her. After a brief pause, she faces me with a full smile. Yes, I'm back. I'm glad you were still yourself, Shiki. The Shiki you love. My chest tightens. If this wasn't right on the way to school, I would embrace and kiss her. Her smile was just so adorable, I know. Alright, let's go, Shiki. You're going to take me to many places, right? We'll get you another burger. Arcueid releases my hand and jumps like a rabbit. She's so radiant I can barely look at her directly. But where? Anywhere. Somewhere you think is fun, Shiki. Smiling, Arcueid replies like it's nothing. But that's a little troubling. You know, I do have school. Hey, can't you at least spend a day with me today? Arcueid looks dissatisfied. Evidently, I'm extremely weak against that face of hers, aren't we all? Well, even if I went to school like this, I wouldn't be able to concentrate there, and more than anything else, I want to be with Arcueid. You're right. Who cares about boring reputation? Okay, Arcueid. I will indulge your selfishness for the day, my princess. Oh, wow. Yay. Bump. She suddenly presses her body up against mine. Oh my. Hey, Shiki. That night, what you were talking about with Ciel, your feelings haven't changed? She looks up imploringly at me as she asks, and I'm glad she's bringing that up, because how Shiki just poured into words how he felt was great. I knew she heard it, but it's nice to see her, like, mention it. My feelings that night, what do you mean? About you saying you loved me. I start to splutter. It's too embarrassing for her to ask me this question when she's this close to me. Oh, I forgot. You shouldn't eavesdrop, Arcueid. I can't help it if I overheard. Anyway, come on, answer me. Your words that night, they haven't changed? Idiot. I don't even need to say that. Yeah, they haven't changed. I can't make any guarantees, but they'll probably never change. I'm so embarrassed I look up at the sky and answer. Arcueid wraps her arms around mine. Oh, then you should prepare yourself, Shiki. Prepare? Prepare for what? I can't help but let a tinge of uneasiness creep in my voice. She holds onto my arms and speaks with a smile. Because you promised to be with me forever. Didn't I say so when we first met? I'll have you take responsibility for me. I don't know about y'all, but this is my true end. This is my true end right here. And she starts to walk, still holding onto my arm. She's as energetic as a little child, urging me to hurry to get to a playground. Oh, I see. Certainly I would have to prepare. speaking to no one in particular, I start to walk with her. I head towards some random place going against the flow of students going to school. Where to? Well, there's no place we can't go. The sunlight really suits this princess of the moon accompanying me. The weather is a perfect blue sky. Hand in hand, we walk towards a new beginning for the two of us. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Boop, 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 boop. That's the best ending right there. Oh yeah. No, because I know what it's gonna be. There you go. Moon at Dawn, Arcueid good ending. Okay. So let's mention this again. It seems like based on what Arcueid said there, she even mentioned specifically, it took a week to even just suppress her urge to feed, because after that whole, you know, Roa thing, she went away because she didn't want to endanger Shiki or anyone, so she went to go sleep. So it seems like in the true ending, that was within a week later, because Shiki mentioned it's been a week. Then Shiki goes to school that day. And then Arc is there. But she leaves immediately because she's like, I have to go sleep now. So I guess to complete the month that she needs to suppress the urge enough, and I assume comes back to Shiki. Because that's the thing, like the way, obviously Shiki didn't know that, but it's like, there was like a sense of like finality, this bittersweetness, like, I guess that's where it ends, and I hold on to my memories, and even though I made her happy, I won't be able to anymore. And it's like, I guess she'll just come back after all, which is a nice thought, but it's like, it's kind of like, that's different than what I thought. I mean, I like that. I like that implies that even in the true ending, where we're not shown, you know, them being together, which you would think, I mentioned this before, but you would think it would be reversed, right? Like the true ending would be like, oh, we get the Arc says the line about us being together forever, and then my heart melts and we see her smile, and it's like, oh yes, that's the best thing right there. You would think that would be the true end, and like the good end would be like the bittersweet goodbye, right? But no. In a way, it's almost the same ending. It's like, assuming my assumption is correct about the true ending, in which that, you know, Arc comes to see Shiki in the classroom before she goes to sleep and then comes back. But in the good end, it's literally a month later, and then she is there on the guardrail for him. If that's the case, it's kind of the same ending. But maybe not. Maybe I'm just completely off there. But either way, I'm glad that this good ending had exactly what I wanted from Arc and Shiki. Just revisiting, you know, Shiki's confession the other night about how he really felt and that love, and you know, Arc wanting to see how he felt, and then reminding Shiki about them being together forever and now having to take responsibility, like back when we first met. Looks like you got what you wanted, Shiki. And maybe he just gets that after all. But talk of the endings aside, because that's, you know, it's cool that both covered like the scope of emotions about the pointless things, and even losing that still making her happy. You know, he might come back later, that aside. But now in this we see them actually being together, and the confusion of like how are you alive? And it's like, oh, Roa's the power Roa stole from me returned to me. I like how she even says somehow. It's somehow returned to me, and I'm here now. Good enough for me. Don't want to see a dead Arc. But all that aside, this was a very, very sweet route. I think Arcueid and Shiki's relationship is so pure. It's so, just to see Arc evolve into manifesting her own happiness for the first time. It's a wonderful thing to see. For Shiki's own like walls and you know reservations about his own feelings just crumble away as Arc just continues to be amazing and her smile just radiating, and how they end up feeling for each other just in general, just after their circumstances made their destinies intersect that day when Shiki killed her. Yeah. It was very nice. It was very nice. I also like the part that CL played in this route. It was very helpful, like very, very helpful. Saved Shiki from Roa, and then saved him again later, doing the killing blow on Roa. You know, carrying him to the school so that he could do what he does there. CL's the best. I love CL so much. But yes, that's really nice. I don't know what else to say without sounding like a broken record. I feel like I can gush over Arc just because she's the most adorable character ever. And her sprites are incredible. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. I appreciated the sweetness of it, the bittersweetness even at times. How it turned out. I mean, feel free to correct me about the endings, about my assumption there about them basically being the same but just in a different time frame and just what we're shown. But yeah, and I don't mean to simplify it to be like they're the same. They're not, because what happens is different, and in Good End, Shiki doesn't get that exchange with Arc in the classroom where Arc straight up tells him that she loves him and you know says that, well, you did make me happy, and you know you should keep on living, and that really sounded like just a permanent goodbye. That was so, oh man, that was so bittersweet to me. So to see this good ending, I'm like, huh, this good ending, that was all me, dude. That's my ending right there. But yeah, I think that's all I actually have to say, at least from my initial reaction. I might reflect on it more and have more to say about things, but fundamentals are done. Near side completes. We will be beginning the next route soon, and I know the true divergence point is on the bed at the beginning of the route when, you know, going to investigate the Awu. So I suppose that is where we'll go. I will try to determine the correct choices and hopefully get on the correct route. I'm sure I'll be able to. Maybe it'll be a little tricky, and maybe I might have to look things up, but we'll see. But yes, Arcueid complete. She's wonderful. She's amazing. Can't stress it enough. I can't wait to see what role she plays in the rest of these routes, because, you know, Shiki and Arcueid is just kind of a magnetic thing that just happens. To what extent from now on, who knows, because apparently things are about to get real crazy. Who knows what I'm gonna learn from this point forward. I can't even think, because even the twists and things I've learned so far are enough for like a single story. But to think there's so much more, because you have Hisui, you have Kohaku, you have Akiha, 3 more characters to explore. Excuse me. Well, at this point, I've just been on the sidelines. Like, Hisui's been very helpful to Shiki at different points, and Kohaku's always been very cheerful and also a source of much disturbance, particularly in the CL route. Akiha has had a very sweet moment in this route, revealing, you know, that what she knew about everything, but also saying at the very end that, like, no, Shiki, even despite Roa Shiki being my brother, like, you are my Nissan. So that was really great. I can't wait for more of that. Which is, hopefully won't be like, you know, they're not related, you know, so fine. But yeah, I think that's it, man. Thank y'all so much for following this playthrough of mine. Let's go, Farside. See you next time. Peace.